Obviously, starting conference play, this is when it really matters. How do you think your team is prepared?
I think that we've seen all different kinds of style. I think we've seen some very, very good basketball teams. Do I wish that we had one of these three conference games that we play first semester at home? That would be nice, but it is what it is, and we're going to a team that's much improved. They have brought in a ton of transfers, and they are playing extremely well in Detroit. And Wright State's, arguably maybe the preseason favorite along with Butler. So we have our work cut out for us this week.
Obviously, the Horizon League, plays tough non-conference to get ready for their league play. How do you think you stack up with the likes of Pitt and Xavier and Kent getting ready for league play as far as some of the other teams are concerned?
Well, I think we've played as good a schedule as anybody in the league. I think that when you go through and you look at, like who Detroit has played and who Wright State has played and some of those things, I think that we've played probably as tough a schedule as any of those teams. Probably the only person that's probably played a schedule with more or better competition would be Butler. So I think we've been in a position where we've been tested against some very good people, and now we've got to take those lessons and go head to head with some very good basketball teams.
Coach, what does Detroit and Wright State come with? What's some of their strengths?
Well, Detroit is, they have a big kid that anchors the post, a 6'10", 6'9". They're kind of have done some different things relative to our league. Our league's been a very tough league to get good post players, and they've got a transfer from Indiana that's as solid as anybody in our league in terms of a big guy inside. And then they're a very good pressure. They're a very good pressure perimeter team. Wright State has the full package. I think they're probably as solid defensively as anybody in our league. They play good team defense, and they're all juniors and seniors. They've all been together for a long time and shoot the ball well and have a good balanced attack.
Is that a tough two games in 3 days road trip there, Coach?
Our league's brutal. It's a Thursday, Saturday, or a Friday, Sunday league. So many leagues right now are kind of splitting up their league play to Wednesday or Saturday or Tuesday and Saturday, and our league is one of the few that's left that's kind of doing it that way, and it's tough on the road teams because of the fact that you don't have, other than when you go to Chicago, you really do not have close games. When you play Butler to Valpo, that's a 3.5 to 4 hour drive. You play Detroit, and then you go to Wright State. That's a 3.5, 3:45. Getting there, getting a report in, getting jamming so much into your Friday, and then turn around and have to play on that game on Saturday. So it's a unique challenge being on the road in this league.
How do you prepare your team to be on the road for as long as you're going to be here, and prepare these kids to be the bad guys wherever they go for the next month?
I don't know. You got any suggestions? I'm open to anything. No, it is what it is, and in our in this situation, I thought we performed well at Pitt and strapped it up there, and we're going to have to do the exact same thing in these games. And the key for us is not to overreact to it negatively, try to build off it on a positive stretch. We come home after the New Year or after Christmas break with 5 at home. So we've just got to keep our focus on possession to possession or day to day and deal with it. If you end up looking at too much ahead or at the broader perspective of it, it can be intimidating. You need to stick around and just focus on the day to day.
Anything else for
Coach? Coach, just about Detroit, with the difference in their personnel, how does it change the way you have to approach playing them? Do you have to revamp the kind of things you've had to do the last 2, 3, 4 years?
Well, when you how it goes, Jim, is that they have you have a coach, which they had, and then they have a coaching change, and then as you get into a new situation, then then the next year you get all new players because they've gotten rid of all their guys and got new guys in, so it's really 3 different teams. Obviously, you had Perry's group, and then you had his group last year, which were all Perry's kids. Now he's brought in all those transfer kids, so they're a totally different team than they were a year ago. We've got a film on every game that they've played. If we don't rebound the basketball and take care of the basketball, we have no chance. They probably pressure on the perimeter as good as anybody, and then they have the big kid inside. So they have a nice thing going with in terms of their personnel and how good their big kid is.